Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of the Minnesota Rackstars Podcast. I am your host, Joe Call, and I'm sitting here right now with my wife, Kaylee.
Hello.
And we're doing a little intro here for you guys because we just had our guests leave our house, which is Kyle Bednar and Chuck Bozer. And they are Western Pursuits. And, it was a great conversation that we had on the podcast with those guys. Kaylee wasn't a part of it, but she was sitting around here after they finished up the podcast. And Kaylee, what are your thoughts leading into this?
Well, I got to listen to some deer stories. I like listening to deer stories.
And you saw some deer photos.
I did. I saw a lot of deer photos.
And that has persuaded us to officially move to Iowa, right?
Yes. Here's the news, everyone. We'd like to make an announcement.
Liar.
We're moving to Iowa.
We're not moving to Iowa. We wish we could, but we're not yet. Maybe one day. Never know. But,
Probably not.
So, Chuck and Kyle come on over here, and we discuss what they do. They essentially help hunters take that leap of faith and dream that they've always been dreaming and put it into action, and that is helping them apply into different states that maybe they're not quite sure on how to apply for, or how to, I don't know, maybe unsure on how to navigate a computer or phone. Who knows? I mean, there are people that have always wanted to maybe go on a trip on an elk hunt or a whitetail hunt or whatever it is that you're pursuing to hunt. You can get a hold of these guys, and they can help you out and guide you in that right direction. They're here to tell you guys on how to do that. So you guys need to listen up. And I would say this is the most important thing that was on the podcast, and that is a special offer that they have for you guys. And you're going to need to listen because it is, I would say, I don't know where it is in the podcast. You're going to have to listen and find out. I'm not going to tell you where it's at, but definitely listen, because these guys have an absolutely amazing offer for you guys out there. If you're thinking about putting in for points or going on a trip out of state, you need to listen to this, because it's one heck of a deal that you guys need to take advantage of. So with that, Kaylee, do you have anything else to say before we start the podcast?
Well, I'd just like to put in a plug, because these two guys are good, genuine people. I think they'd be good people to work with.
They are. They're awesome people. They wrestled for your dad. And
yes.
That's probably a biased opinion because it's coming from you, and your dad was the wrestling coach. But no, they are sweet people to talk deer hunting with, and they have a lot of great information that they want to share with you, and that's why they started Western Pursuits. So you guys listen to the podcast, and I hope you guys enjoy it. Well, let's get this party started, all right, guys? I am here today with the Western Pursuit boys. We have Kyle Bednar and Chuck Bozer with me, and I'm happy I have some guests here today, because the last podcast I did was by myself, and it's a lot more enjoyable when I have some people here to talk to. So thanks for coming over here, guys. I appreciate it. First of all, how's your summer going? What have you guys been up to?
Yeah, it's been flying by.
Yeah, right.
It's July's almost over. School year will be here soon.
Don't say that. Don't say that.
my kids, it's Gavin, same thing. Don't talk about school.
Right.
He's not ready, and it's amazing. My wife just said it's gonna be August already, and it's like, oh man, yeah. Where did it go? But I know where it went for me. It's just chasing kids and baseball, travel baseball, and a little bit of softball for me, and camping. That's what we spend most of our summers doing.
So that's the one thing I've always told people is, like, they're like, oh, you kind of, depressed that school's going to be starting up, you have to go back to work. I'm like, not really, because I go back to school for 2 weeks and it's bow season already. So I'm like, it's I don't know. It's kind of a good thing in a way, but first I got to make sure everything's lined up beforehand. So, like, what have you guys been doing? Like myself, I've been trying to get my food plots going. Obviously, we haven't been getting very much moisture by any means, but I'm starting to get my cameras out, getting those rolling, and then on top of that, there's a couple other stand placements that I need to get set up before things get really rocking and rolling. But I don't know, Chuck, what are some things that you've been doing around here to kind of prep for the season here in Minnesota?
Yeah, a little bit in Hillman where we hunt. We got some food plots out there. We did clover plots last year, so we just had to mow them a little bit this year. Didn't have to put any new ones in.
Nice.
That was pretty nice. We've got set some cameras out, not yet, but kind of getting my camera gear ready. Getting those lined up.
What are you running for cameras?
I run Moultries.
Okay. Do you like those guys?
Yeah, I've started with them, and I still running with them. They seem to do a nice job.
Mm-hmm.
They don't, the Moultrie ones, the edges, they don't take chips anymore.
Oh.
You never have to worry about chips.
Yeah.
So it takes one element out of it that used to always be an issue. With chips and getting encrypted and issues there. So.
Or putting them in a different camera and then put it back in that camera.
So,
for sure.
Do those have cell mode and stuff too, where they send them to your phone?
Yeah.
Okay.
They only have cell mode.
Oh, sure.
Since they don't have chips.
Okay. So then it must save it somewhere then, I suppose, on your phone or.
Yeah, in your phone.
Okay.
Account there, your app.
Yep. Nice.
So, a little bit, just getting gear ready for the year. Took my bow in to Archery Country in St. Cloud a couple weeks ago. They tuned that right up for me and started shooting arrows. It feels good.
What are you shooting for a bow?
Matthews. What is the one?
Lift.
The lift. Yeah.
Lift, okay.
Kyle and I bought.
We're both shooting that.
Oh, really?
We bought
Okay.
the same bow the same day a couple years ago.
Yeah.
That's what I'm going to have to do. Somebody's going to have to peer pressure me into buying a bow here pretty quick because I'm still shooting my old bow yet. I haven't upgraded because I've had a lot of things go south around here as far as like my geothermal unit and wife's vehicle and all that stuff. So I've been penny pinching here a little bit. That's why I haven't bought it. But if I go on this antelope hunt that I've been talking about that my wife found out about here recently, I might have to upgrade. But yeah.
Yeah.
I've once I went to Matthews, man, it felt like I actually had a weapon in my hands. It's pretty nice unit.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
How about Kyle? What are you up to now getting ready for this year?
Yeah. Spent a lot of time down in Missouri earlier this spring. We got some turkey hunting in, so that was actually pretty cool.
Nice.
So got some property down there we're hunting, and so that was fun. But did a deep dive into that property finally.
Mm-hmm.
Got it late in the year prior, so didn't have a ton of opportunity to just walk in places. And so we've learned a lot of the movement of the deer, and then we went back about a month later and put up some new stands. So really excited to see if those pay off. Last year felt like more of an observation year for me.
Mm-hmm.
Just with that, kind of wanted to, before I went trekking all over and cutting things down, it's like, let's find out where these deer really want to go. And so I think we've done that. So we've got some new spots I'm excited to get in this fall. And so do that. My cameras, I pretty much leave them out year round now.
Mm-hmm. You have solar panels on there?
I do.
Yep.
Yeah, I run solar panels on the ones that I can, the ones in the timber. So I'm pretty much all Tacticam now. I've traded in all my other ones. I used to run Spy Points, and they were fine, but Tacticam has far and away exceeded anything that they had, and I just love the organization of it all on the app and so forth. So I'm all Tacticam. Battery belts has been a big thing for me. If you guys haven't tried those through Tacticam, they're awesome. I've been getting 3 months of use on cameras, and so when it's down in Missouri, it's 7 hours away, and you can't just run out and change batteries. So I like to leave it on video mode. You get so much more out of the cameras. Plus, it's just fun to watch these deer in their natural state. So I request a lot of videos, and you need a lot of battery power for that. So I've pretty much got those on all my cameras, and I can go 2.5, 3 months without a trip down there. So tons of time setting that up. And then here on my Hillman property, actually, I've started to really make some changes to it. Hunted it for 5-6 years. Had some luck, certainly see deer, but mature deer, kind of different story. And so they're around. I'm just not seeing them in daylight, or at least not getting the opportunity. So I'm trying to really switch that up. Working with actually Mike Bokamp is doing some work out there now. He's trying to kind of get into that industry, and he's changing some things up. Going to cut some shooting lanes, some new stand spots. We're doing some bedding cuts. We're trying some new stuff out there, so it'll be interesting to see if that's a positive.
Well, here's my advice, based off of not just my own observations, but a lot of people that I've talked to but also my own observations. I don't know if you guys saw the video that I released here. I don't know, was it yesterday or something? But I released a little reel, and it had multiple bucks on it, and it was me in a stand videotaping a deer laying down right next to me, and something along the lines of the title was, "What do all of these videos have in common?" And the first thing I was looking for, they were all daylight. Every one of them was daylight, whether it was a buck or that little button buck laying down right next to me. But they were decent bucks, right? But they were all in daylight. But the other thing is I spotted this when I was hunting a property, and I spotted this spot when I was out walking around with my brother-in-law and his dad this past spring. We were out doing a little shed hunting with the kids, just kind of walking around. But if you can find a spot or get a spot to grow grass and have that grassy cover, whether it's, I mean, if you got cattails or whatever, but if you can get that canary grass growing inside of timber, that is a money spot for buck bedding. And that's what the point of the video was that every one of those deer had tall grass around them, and they were right there bedded. And we have a spot that when you have the right wind, you can climb up in this stand, and you can almost guarantee that you better be freaking ready to shoot, because if you get a good solid 15-mile-an-hour wind when you're walking in there, northwest wind, you can walk in right into their bedroom because it's not too far where the stand is. But if you can get in there without being detected, and you quietly hop up into your stand, we have video proof of deer laying down, and you see the deer laying in that grass, whether it's next to a willow or next to a tree or whatever. But if you can get that established on your property in some way, shape, or form, those to me are the money spots. I mean, you look at like rivers and stuff like that, big bucks like hanging around rivers. Well, why is that? Because there's a lot of that tall grass around there. There's a lot of good cover right next to them at all times. So that's one key right there.
Yeah, I can relate to that a little bit where we shed hunt down in Iowa on a property. I find probably 75% of our sheds, you come find a grassy section in the trees where there's a gap and the grass is growing. I mean, it's just, there's one right there.
You just know it. Before you even get there, know it's like there's grass there. There's going to be a shed there. That's kind of like us doing. We go shed hunting. We'll be sitting there walking, and all of a sudden we'll find a spot in the woods with a little opening where the sun can hit, and you see grass. It's like, all right, who's going to be the first one over there? You just take off sprinting.
Yeah.
But, no, that's cool. How long have you had that property now? 5 years, did you say?
Hillman I've had for 5, probably going on 6.
Okay.
Missouri, just my second year with it. So
is that a lease down in Missouri, or did you buy that?
I actually did buy it.
Nice.
Buy it down there. Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. So
what part of Missouri roughly? I mean, you don't have to give location, but northeast, south,
northern. Yeah, I'm actually only about 5-6 miles into Missouri, so
sweet.
Not far off Iowa border.
Nice. Money.
Yeah.
That's the best spot to be right there.
Yeah, pretty much.
Cheaper tags than Iowa, but you're basically almost hunting Iowa at the same time.
Well, the nice thing about Missouri, maybe people don't know, but like you can buy over-the-counter non-resident tags. So that's one of the big things is opportunity. And when I looked at possibly doing something different, that was something that's like, well, I can get a tag, and technically right now I can shoot $2 a year if I want to. I would probably be pretty selective if I were to take 2. But Iowa, Chuck, you just drew your tag this year. How long did it take you?
Yeah, that was a 5-year, 5-point tag. I drew an archery buck tag.
Sweet.
So really looking forward to that.
Nice. You going to go public, or what do you you got something lined up?
I got some access on private land.
Nice.
So
nice.
Really good land. Taking some nice bucks there in the past. Yeah, that season starts October 1st, so can't wait.
Yeah,
so I gotta set cameras up down there too.
That's when the eyeballs open, is when you start getting pictures of deer down there. That's when things get fun.
Yeah.
Before we get going any further here, why don't you just kind of, and Kyle, you can kind of start, just kind of let our listeners know a little bit about yourself.
Sure. Yeah, Kyle Bednar, as he mentioned, born and raised in Piers, if you don't know. Live there right now, currently with my wife, 4 kids, so busy. My trade is CPA, so I own RTO, and one of the partners there. We've got offices in Piers and Little Falls, so basically doing taxes, accounting, consulting in business, and now trying to basically do outdoor things as much as I possibly can outside of work and family time. So that's kind of me. A huge passion for the outdoors for sure.
Yeah, that's sweet. That's awesome. How about you, Chuck?
Yeah, born and raised in Piers as well. Wife Kayla and 2 kids. We live by Royalton now. I'm civil engineering by trade, so I've been working for a consulting firm for 16 years. But have as much passion for the outdoors and Western hunting and elk hunting as Kyle. We share that same passion. We're super excited about it. So we've started Western Pursuits, and that's our little side project, pet project, whatever you want to call it. But
Yeah. I've asked a decent amount of my guests this same question here, and I'm going to ask you guys this. It's not even really a question. It's more or less of a memory. Think of your first hunting memory. Bring us back to when things all got started to lead you where you are now. Pick out one of those memories. Kyle, we'll start with you, and bring us back to that memory and that moment. What is it?
Yeah, great question. And I think this is probably one of the things that probably developed this passion from an early age. I've always been more into hunting than almost anything else. As much as I could be out there, lots of people, they like to hunt rifle season. I wanted to be out there in September already. I was all the way through the end of the year, just never really sick of that. So my dad started taking me when I was probably 7, 8 years old. Not even old enough to carry a gun, not old enough to hunt, but we got permission. Crazy enough, Joe, you ask, we hunted 2 miles down the road.
Oh, no way.
My mom's boss at the time owned that property, 160 acres right on the corner.
Yes. Yep,
and Dr. Byer was his name.
Yep.
And we had the access to hunting. So that's where I grew up hunting for many years. We were able to hunt there. And beautiful land. Didn't get a lot of things done to it for hunting. We basically showed up the weekend before, and we hunted it for 9 days, and that was pretty much it. But it was awesome. Though that 2-week period was just wouldn't change it. And so going as a kid, we camped there, and I can just remember going in the deer stand with Dad. It being freezing. You're just free. And back then it seemed colder. Maybe it wasn't. But just freezing, sitting on a metal chair with hopefully a pad underneath you. But I can specifically remember, out of all those memories, there was a time where old box stand, low wall, so I was just huddled. Dad's like, "Now don't move," and it started snowing, and I sat there so still. My dad reminds me, the snow just started stacking up on top of my head. He goes, awesome. You always just listen, like that's what you were for hunting. And all of a sudden, Dad goes, points over there. I look here, a fawn had come in and bedded down right next to us. He said, "You and that fawn sat there and pretty much slept together, and the snow piled up on top of you." So just a great memory of being in the woods with your dad and kind of building that passion for the outdoors. So
that's awesome. Props to him. That's sweet. Well, you, Chuck?
Yeah, actually, it's probably my dad as well. I can remember getting up earlier and getting the cows milked in the morning. We'd sneak out to the stand, break of daylight a little after, but I used to bring my BB gun with.
Oh yeah.
So that was around
good
my
thinking.
shoulder.
Yeah, good thinking.
So we'd get situated, and Dad was always like, "Okay, go make me a drive." Make sure you go far enough.
You see that brush? Go through it.
Yeah. And now I figured out why he did that. I'd come running back to see if he saw anything, and he'd be snoozing. That awesome. And my Uncle John would take me. So props to those 2 guys for getting me excited about deer hunting. But yeah.
So I mean, how cool is it for you guys now? With kids and stuff. Like, have you introduced them at all to the outdoors or anything yet?
For sure, yeah. Gavin, he's 11, and he can shoot, a deer now, and so he's been Hillman last year, shot a doe and just a small 8-pointer, but he was never so proud of that buck, which is awesome, getting the kids involved. And he went down to Missouri, got to be part of my dad shooting a pretty nice buck. It was about a 130-inch buck last year in Missouri he got, and that's by far my dad's biggest buck, and he's 64. So what a memory for me to have, honestly, better than me killing it, to be honest with you. So my son gets to track my dad's deer, and they're crawling underneath stuff, and my son's holding the branches up because, there's a lot of prickly stuff down there.
Sure.
And so everything's getting caught, and so he's holding it. My dad's crawling through to find this buck. And so great memory for that. But, yeah, my Nora is 8 and she comes with too. So they love to sit in the stand with me. So I got some pretty nice box stands, make it comfortable. I don't sit out in the snow like I did, but it's fun to have them out there. So,
right. Yeah, it's pretty cool when you get to see those kids out there and rocking and rolling.
Absolutely. Yeah, we almost owe it to the next generation, don't we?
You do.
Yeah,
and I've kind of made this point before on other podcasts. Us here right now, it's not about us. It's not. Because one day, we're not going to be here, and it's about what you pass down. And it's sweet. I don't know if you guys heard that song with Tim McGraw and I don't know who else is on there. Eric Church is on there or whatever, and it's about passing it down. It's not. It's what you leave behind, and it's just I love that song. It's like my new favorite song because that's what it's about.
I just paid attention to it like 2 days ago.
Isn't that just an amazing song with story? It's just absolutely amazing. And that's what hunting to me is. It's not about me, and kind of like, I don't know, some of the properties that I have, like I put time and effort into it, but like my father-in-law, right? He doesn't have his own property to hunt, and they go up north to do their firearm stuff. But I did buy him a crossbow for helping me build my garage stuff. He wouldn't accept anything, so I bought him a crossbow. I said, "You're coming out hunting on my place," And the reason why I bought him a crossbow because he does have Parkinson's and whatnot, and so I'm kind of doing a couple things with my property. This property here that I'm putting time and effort into and all this stuff, it's not for me. It's to put him on good deer around here, and it's to somewhat keep this property somewhat untouched. I mean, not completely, but so that when my girls are ready to go, they can go right back here and have some amazing hunting, or on our other property have some amazing hunting. And I'll go trudge through other permission properties and public land or whatever, and I get the opportunity to go out of state and whatnot. But I'm kind of making sure that these deer around this area know that my property is pretty safe, and hopefully give my father-in-law or my parents, if they want to come out, or my friends, if they want to come up here. I've invited Scott Baumgarten down in Pipestone, man. I'm talking to you. You want to come up here and hunt, man. I mean, you're the one that kind of got me going in South Dakota, so I need to return the favor in some way, shape, or form. So you and the boy want to come up here and shoot a deer, you're more than welcome to. But that's what it's about. It's about passing it on and sharing that energy and just outdoors with other people. So that is cool. So getting back on track here, what got you guys going with Western Pursuits? Like, what was it that kind of got the ball rolling there?
Yeah, I'll go. Really, we've been fully dived into the Western hunting scene personally, probably for, I don't know, since at least 12, 15 years now. Myself and Kyle joined the crew half that time ago, somewhere in there, and personally, I guess I saw the change during that time frame from what we used to be able to get tags over the counter, and it's transitioning to harder to get tags, and planning's needed. So you really need to, I guess, do a hunt or do planning and strategize to get tags.
Yeah.
And we saw the need out there for the service, and we had to do so much work ourselves to get to the point where we're at. We're like, oh, we should help other people, right?
Yeah.
And then that kind of formed and kicked off Western Pursuits.
It is a challenge to try to figure out how to apply and where to go and all this stuff. It's a huge challenge. Like, huge. I probably wouldn't be out in South Dakota if it weren't for somebody else helping me guide me in the right direction.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. So I without Chuck and joining that crew, I'd probably still wouldn't be hunting out west. And my story is simple. It was my grandpa elk hunted forever, and I just always said, I love hunting. I'm gonna go elk hunting, and I just kept saying that. And as the years ticked by, I mean, I was 32, 33 years.
I'm guilty.
Right?
I'm 41.
Yeah, and so I just kept saying it without really knowing what that even meant. I just thought I was gonna one year say, all right, Chuck, I'm going to jump in your truck and go elk hunting. And I've found out in the last 6 years that's not how it's done anymore. You can't. There's very limited opportunity to just get a tag over the counter. And so as I jumped in his truck for that trip, we had 1 or 2 points, I think maybe we needed to draw that tag. Got out there, and it was just amazing. Like, it's something that I think everybody should experience if you love hunting. So it drew us back in that next year. I was talking to Chuck. We didn't have any plans to go. We didn't have any tags in our pocket. I just remember saying, like, I don't think I can wait another year. Like, it was July, and I was like, we gotta get a tag. Like, what do we gotta do?
Yeah.
So we started looking at opportunities, and that year we were able to pick up a leftover tag, and I think I went with an OTC tag, and we went our first time archery, and just hooked from then on. Chuck actually killed a really nice bull on his tag, and it was over after that. It became kind of a lifestyle and a passion. We were diving into all the other states. It was like, how often can we get tags? When can we get them? And it was just such a learning curve that we were spending hours and hours. And we said, well, then the next thing you'd talk to somebody like yourself, and you'd be like, yeah, I'm going to go elk hunting someday. But they didn't know where to start. They didn't know how to get into it. And we had heard that so many times that I was telling Chuck, I was like, I think there's a need.
Yeah.
And if nothing else, let's just help people.
Yep.
You know, this isn't a full-time gig for us at the moment, but we just love helping people get out west, and we're doing all the work. So,
like you said, your grandpa went for 20 years.
Yeah.
You know, he probably went to the same area.
They did.
With the same crew.
Yep.
You know, unfortunately, those days are getting
They're
behind us a little bit.
Yeah.
You need to strategize more than ever to get tags, and a lot of times it's not even an advantage, or it's not even worthwhile going in as a group.
Yeah.
It's you need to go individually, which means only one guy may have a tag, for your crew.
So in that situation, like say you guys apply separately. I mean, are you like all in? Say Kyle, you get one, and Chuck, you don't. I'm still going with it. I'm going to help and do that stuff. Or are you like, all right, see you later, man. You're on your own, or how's that work? Or is there somebody that goes with you? Or are you going solo? Or what are you doing?
Well, that's what happened last year.
Yeah.
Kyle drew an amazing New Mexico tag last year, and well, we're going. So we're both pretty much committed to that.
Sure.
We've pretty much kind of become partners in. We want to get out west as many times as possible, and you only have so many Septembers, they say, or so many falls. So we've kind of accepted the fact that if we want to get out there and at least experience it, it might be without a bow in our hand, but at least I'm telling you, there's something about continuing to just even chase with somebody.
Yeah.
It's almost like you're part of it, and I could still remember when Chuck shot that elk clear as day. I was probably more excited than him.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, just to see it and be part of it. So
that is so cool.
Yeah, we're pretty committed to that.
So I didn't even ask you this question. What is Western Pursuits? What is it? What is it that you guys do exactly?
Yeah, so basically we're a planning service. So we're consulting with clients that want to go out west. We kind of just start out with what species do you want to hunt, what method do you want to go with, whether it's bow, gun, muzzle loader, any of that kind of stuff. So how often do you want to go? So we're here to kind of help you put that plan together, and then based on what your wants and needs are, figure out where the best places for you to go are, how often we think we can even draw you that tag. So we're a complete tag planning service, I guess, and we actually take care of the application itself. So we'll be the ones that actually log into your account, create your accounts. We purchase the points, goes on your credit card, so you cover the fees, obviously. But yeah, I mean, that's kind of what we're doing. And Chuck, you can certainly add on with kind of more of what we do.
Yeah, it's everything to the point where you get the tag in your pocket, right? And we're our personal hunt planners. We're looking 10 years out at our next 10 years of hunts, and it takes that many years to. When you got 5 or 6 states you're planning hunts in, where are you going to put those hunts at when you expect to draw the tag. So it takes a lot of planning, just a lot of knowledge on, these states have hundreds of units. Every unit has a different quota. Units have different requirements, different seasons. Harvest percentage is better in some. Trophy percentage is better in some. We have access to all that knowledge, and we put it to work to try to build the best hunt plan for that crew.
really trying to cater it and customize it for each client. So, obviously we're trying to go every year. We're applying in multiple states, 5, 6 states, but it doesn't have to be that. If you're the kind of guy or person, gal, who wants to go once in their lifetime, that's okay. Let us help you. There's some premier states that take quite a while to draw. So starting now is a huge deal. So it really is customized to what you really want, and we'll try and make it happen. And the biggest part of what we do is we keep an eye on it. Every year we're going to reanalyze it because our plan, we thought we had a plan, and this year it's going to change because we didn't draw the tag we thought we would. And it turns out that we were pretty far away from drawing that tag. So point creep, you might hear us say it again. We can talk about that, but it's a real thing, and we're going to probably have to completely modify our plan that we thought we had for the next 5 years and try and do something different or chase a different unit. So, and every year that goes by, you just gotta move things around.
Yeah. So let's really add to that. We talked the other day, Kyle, about when we got started in hunting at age 30 or so. Man, the earlier you can start, if you're in that 20, in your 20s, you got a job, or start buying points.
Yeah.
It will help you so much.
Now, when you buy points, let's say there's a hunt that I want to go on, and it's 5 years to get my points, and I get drawn in 5 years. Are all states the same, where I can be drawn, say that 5th year, but I can't go that 5th year? Can I still keep everything for year 6, year 7? Year 7 I can go and then go on that hunt, or is that something where, okay, year 5 I get drawn, I have to go that year? Because I know there's some people that have a bunch of points, they've already been drawn and they can't go yet, but when they decide to go, they can go on a hunt. I don't know.
Yeah, I think the answer to your question is you want to know at the beginning of the year what tag you want to go after into the draw. So you can just buy the point, or you can actually apply for the tag.
Yeah.
Sure.
Right.
Sure. That makes sense.
Right.
Yep.
So
Okay.
during the application, you can either say I'm putting in the hunt code for that tag,
Right.
which gives you a chance to draw it. But if you don't draw it, you'll get a point, or
Yep.
you can just put in the point code
And just keep
and
bumping up your points every
just
year
keep
to make sure when you're ready to go, you have
For
your
sure.
points.
So if you're like,
that
hey,
makes sense.
So some states you have to buy the point during the application period. Some states like Wyoming and Montana, you buy them in the fall, just during a point period.
Sure.
You can build those. So
Yeah, and you really need to be careful because certain states are like, if you don't buy a point in any given year, your points purge, and you might lose them.
Sure.
Yeah.
Which is a really sad deal, because not only are you out the money that you had invested into that, you can't get those years back, right? So if you're chasing a 10, 12-point tag, that's 12 years, and if you got to start over, I mean, there's a chance you may not make it. You know?
Unfortunately, we know a case that happened to a guy.
Really?
In a premier state.
Oh,
So
man.
Just missed the deadline, forgot it, got moved up a week.
Oh.
So that's just the importance of using, if you're not specifically paying attention for yourself, the importance of using a planning service, as we can stay on top of that for you.
Absolutely.
Make sure you're not losing out.
No. Each of you might have a different answer here, but Chuck, we'll start with you. What is the ultimate tag to pull?
The ultimate tag to pull.
Yeah. Let's keep it.
Species,
here.
state, or what?
Let's just stay here in North America here, United States. Let's just go to United States here.
I'd say
what is the ultimate tag, ultimate state to pull? Whatever it is in your mind. I don't care what species it is.
I'd say the number one tag I'm looking forward to in the next 10 years is hunting archery elk in Arizona.
Okay.
Yep.
How about you, Kyle?
Same,
really?
Yeah.
We've got our units picked out.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't have the bull picked out. But we've got the units picked out.
I've heard there's some good ones down there.
Utah might be a close second, probably,
Yeah.
and I guess one that I got fortunate to hunt last year was New Mexico, which was an amazing hunt. Tons of bulls, nice bulls. Unfortunately, didn't fill that tag. That's a sore subject, but not for lack of trying. But
Right.
that was really an amazing hunt. But the problem with that is it's completely random. So I was just fortunate to draw it on our very first year applying for it.
Lucky.
And so
Wow.
I'm waiting for lightning to strike twice, maybe.
Know somebody.
But you could apply for 15 years, not get it. I could
Yeah.
apply every other year and get it. So you just don't know on that one.
Yeah, it's crazy.
How about you talked about it wasn't for a lack of trying. what would you recommend to people who, maybe have never been out west and say they want to go do a little hiking and go on an elk hunt or whatever, as far as like conditioning wise? Like, is there any tips or anything that you guys have to help prep yourself to be in physically decent shape to go out there and hunt? Or
the better the shape, the better.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, it's as easy as that. If you've never been to the mountains, it's different. I remember my first time there. The air is, depending on how high you get in the elevation, the air can be lighter. But I train mostly all year round, trying to stay in shape. But as it gets closer, kind of hit it a little harder with cardio. We've got a bike at home, got a treadmill. I typically like to throw my pack on with 50-pound fertilizer bag in the back and just walk on the treadmill, put it at incline, and walk at your own pace. Is it absolutely necessarily? Not, you can be mentally tough, and at least what I've learned is if you're mentally tough, you can certainly go do it. So don't let the physical thing keep you from going out there, because you can make it into your own hunt. Right?
Yep.
We took a guy our first year, older guy. He just did what he could do. He stayed a little closer to camp. He had a blast. He can't wait to go back. So, obviously it helps being in shape, but it's not the end all be all.
Yeah.
I think Chucky knows that from his first year.
Oh boy.
I'm the roller coaster guy, so I take it easy in the off season and then I hit it a little bit in the summertime.
Kind of like playing amateur baseball, right? You just show up day one, ready to go.
I think I heard last year you can either suffer all year long, staying in shape, or you can go out there and suffer for a week.
They'd be laid up for the next 2. Oh man, yeah, no, you're exactly right. Turn it into your hunt. Like I said, I go hunting with other people in groups, and everybody kind of does their own thing, whatever they're comfortable doing, and you just kind of let them go. Now, you said you took a guy out there, so are you guys taking people physically on hunts, or is it just you guys doing paperwork, or is it 50-50, or what would you say is kind of the percentage of what you guys are doing?
Yeah, no, good question. We don't physically take people on any guided hunts at the moment. That's just not part of what we're doing. We're just doing the paperwork, as you said. So we're taking care of the applications themselves, getting the tag in your pocket, and then also consulting on the unit. We offer some e-scouting services. If you want to specifically have a plan when you get there, we're more than happy to put something together for you. That's another kind of line of what we can offer you. And then also we're here to consult on gear. We've used a ton of it, and we've learned a lot, at least what works really well for us. And it can, good gear we've found can make make the difference, right? It keeps you out there longer, and what's going to kill more animals.
So I'm going to ask you right now, probably the most, I don't know, this might be the most important piece of attire that you have when you go out hunting. It's boots.
Yeah.
What's the best boot out there that you guys have found?
We actually use the same brand. Hanwags or
Yep, Hanwags, HANWAG. We found those. I think my first year out there, got a pair of those, and they're really rugged. And if you've never really climbed around the mountains, just great ankle support, real rugged, stiff. They're pretty stiff. You wouldn't really wear them around here in the woods necessarily, but those have been great boots for us.
Yeah, you're just walking on a ton of rocks out there, right? Rock to rock, so you need something extremely rugged and grippy and stiff. And I think I'm going on my 3rd season with my pair. So
I ended up getting a new pair last year, so I kind of have double pairs. It's nice when one pair gets completely soaked through and through.
Yeah.
And we switch to the next.
It's almost like I think is it a hiking line of boot?
Yeah, they're really made for in the mountains and hiking. I do have a pair of Crispies. Actually, I wear those around here. They're I think they're the Laponia 2 maybe, and they're really lightweight, but definitely not near the stiffness or kind of ruggedness of that boot out there. So I wear that one more around here.
So it was interesting me when I went out to South Dakota. It was like a week before we went out there. My buddy Scott was like, "What do you have for boots?" And I'm like, I don't know, I'm just gonna wear my. I've never been out of state, right? So what do I usually wear around here? I wear my knee high
Red Wings,
Red Wings, or even my lacrosse waterproof boots, right?
Oh sure.
My pull on. He's like, "You ain't wearing those out here. You better find something different." that you can walk in and also keep you from being bit by rattlesnakes. I'm like, never really thought about that. But yeah, that was an eye opener for me, no doubt. And I actually bought this. This is one thing, you guys got to help me, or my cousin Josh. He's a hardcore hunter. I think he's out in Jackson Hole right now doing some scouting, because I think he might have pulled the elk tag out there.
Awesome.
Nice.
But anyways, just like some of these backpacks have so many straps on them, and I know I can utilize my backpack better for like strapping my stand on, my sticks on, and all that stuff. But it's just a cluster. I'm like, I'm gonna strap this on here and strap this on here. Where I went out with my cousin one time, Josh, and he's like, all of a sudden he's got this backpack that is just solid, and his stand's on there, and his sticks are on there, and nothing's making noise. I'm like, I got to figure out how to do that, because I was just using a kind of an average backpack, and then I bought a different one this last year that has just buckles and straps everywhere. I'm like, holy Lord, like I know I can utilize this better, but I just haven't figured it out yet. So you guys might have to help me with that.
Yeah, we use the same pack, frame pack. It's Mystery Ranch.
That's what I have. Perfect.
Metcalf. I think they discontinued the Metcalf line, but
Sure, they might have.
Yeah. It's a great pack. Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah. And once you find your system, it works well.
Yeah.
See, the only thing for me is like, with all the camera gear that I have, I wish it had more pockets. Like that one there, the one that I have is just kind of a 2-pocket, backpack. It's your main, backpack, and then there's that little flap on top that has a pocket. But like I have to like pile everything in there, where my other backpack that I had a side pocket here, and this, and I can put my remote here and my GoPro here and this over here. Now it's like everything just gets tossed in there. I'm like, something's going to break here pretty quick.
Organization is important.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, so one thing actually that we've learned with that, because you're right, it's just one big thing. So we've actually purchased the little pouches.
Okay.
Go Hunt.
Like saddlebag type things.
Yeah, they can all various sizes. So
sure.
We've just developed our own little system of having probably 3, 4, 5 of those things in your bag, and each one is a certain thing, right? One's for your kill kit, one's for your food, one's for your things that you need. It could be your medical kit. Just any odds and ends that you might have. It's nice because then you know which one to reach in and grab, and you're not trying to clear out your bag every time you're trying to find something.
And I have different colored ones for each one, so I can look in and there's my kill kit, right?
Nice, nice. I like that. We'll have to use some of those tactics.
Yep.
So when you're helping people out on kind of figuring out what unit they want to go to, how do you keep people from going to your favorite unit?
Well, we want our clients to be successful too. So we actually we sent. I think some of our clients, we did send us some units, or one of our top units that we had pinned for a future hunt. So and they had an opportunity.
Yeah.
Nice.
They didn't kill, but maybe could have.
Yeah.
Probably should have. But good question. But honestly, like there's so much area out west and multiple states. We'll go find a new area.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not married to any one given area.
Yeah.
We've been a lot of places, and I could see us never really even going back to some of those places. We'll probably just keep hitting up new ones. And I like to e-scout, find new places. And part of the reason we got into doing this too is it's just something about being out there, the beauty of the landscape. I remember Chuck just saying I just like seeing all this new stuff. So every time you climb over a new mountain, there's just something else to see.
Drainage.
A new drainage. It's fun.
It's incredible.
Yeah,
it is.
Absolutely.
I think we woke up one morning, Kyle, and it was we were above the clouds, so everything was filled, and I was like, "Kyle, get out here and look at this."
That is so cool.
That was really something to see. We've got pictures of that.
So do you guys take any family vacations to go do some scouting during the summertime or anything like that? Because I'm thinking about maybe doing that this next spring, going on a little turkey hunt, but kind of doing some scouting for some deer as well at the same time.
Well, we with the family, we go down to Iowa in the spring, do a little fishing, turkey hunting down there. So not out west yet, but we've talked about it quite a bit, about incorporating that.
It would be fun.
It's just hard to do a little at this point in time, but talking about it.
I still got a few small kids, and
but
I could definitely see us doing that in the future, utilizing that.
So when you're communicating with your clients or potential clients, is this something where you're meeting online with them in person, or how does that work?
Yeah, so we meet there's usually a first consultant meeting. Like if we have a potential client that is interested, we'll either have a phone conversation or we'll set up a meeting in person. Have plenty at my house, or Kyle met some at the local watering hole last year, and so usually a good first consultant meeting so they understand what we're doing, the full line of our services, and to get them signed up and get the information we need, because it takes a lot of information to open these accounts, and to get them to a point where we can start buying points for them and doing applications. And then yearly, we're always reviewing everyone's hunt planner yearly, because it's always got to be modified depending on, they may want to go on the hunt this year, or they may say, I need to take another year off, right?
Things pop up,
We'll kick the can down the road, so everything gets shifted back a year. So we usually try to make that decision sometime at the end of the year, first of the year, because as soon as New Year's comes, applications start in some states, and we need to have the hunt planner kind of dialed in at that point. So.
Yeah. Now, what type of information do you need from people in order to kind of get the ball rolling?
Yeah, about everything on your driver's license.
Sure.
All that stuff. So.
Yeah, personal information, definitely important. But even more so is, what do you want to hunt? What species? What weapon? How often? All that kind of stuff. What caliber of a hunt do you want to go on? Do you want to go on something that's an opportunity hunt to shoot a cow? Or are you kind of looking more for a trophy hunt? So it really is customized to what you're looking for, and obviously everybody is different on what they want to do. So, the consulting meeting is definitely that initial conversation to get some notes and some things, and then we kind of go to the drawing board. And we've developed enough plans probably now that we've got a pretty good idea based on each person, if they want to go often or if they don't. We've got certain states that work well for that.
So, could my wife steal my license out of my wallet, consult with you guys, and in 6 years say,
Surprise.
Happy birthday, Joe. You're going to Iowa.
Yeah.
Or maybe 15 years from now. I don't know.
You might see the applications on your credit card.
True.
But if you want the surprise, we need
I'll just pretend I won't see it.
We can make that happen.
Yeah.
Where do you keep your wallet?
Yeah, right. What's the biggest challenge you guys face with doing this? What's some of the challenges you've faced before?
Easily the biggest one is it's that first step. Everybody has a desire. We just talked to a ton of people that have the desire to want to hunt out west. They just don't know how to get started, or that first step or what to do. And that's where Western Pursuits comes in. We'll do that for you, and get you started. And
yeah, for sure. I think that really hits it. Probably
taking the leap.
Yeah,
taking the jump.
Thanks for the water, Joe.
No, I think that Chuck's saying it right. It is the first step. It seems like is the biggest, and then once they've kind of reached out or found out what we can offer, then I think a lot of people are like, okay, that's something I need to get into. But like I mentioned earlier, it's just tons and tons of people like yourself say, I'm gonna go someday, not really realizing that they should have been buying points years ago. So it's never too late, but the earlier is more important.
No doubt. The biggest challenge for me is, and I know I would probably be out there a decent amount of times already, whether it's west, east, south, whatever. I'd probably be out there right already, but the line of work that I am in has just kicked my butt for big game, Western hunting, all that stuff, because when it opens, I go back to work, and there are days it's like, oh my gosh, I wish I could be out there, and it's just something about it that just, I don't know, it drives me insane. Like I want to get out there, and in one of these years, I'm just going to have to burn every single personal day that I have and take some unpaid, leave days to go out there and do it, because I know how to enjoy it. I know it'd be a blast. It's just, when am I going to bite the bullet and do it,
Yeah. So Joe, for your situation, I think, if you're limited on how many days you can be out there, then you should look for maybe a shorter period hunt, right, where the season's maybe shorter.
Yep.
It's going to force you to, condense your trip and maybe make it available for you or, to be able to make it happen. So
Yeah, and it could still be a quality hunt, right? Most of those
Right.
rifle hunts are 5 days, 6
Yeah.
days. So usually they're through a weekend, so might only have to take 3-4 days off of work, and might still be a pretty good hunt. But you got to have points.
Yeah, it's hard to leave the state with season left.
Right.
So
Yeah.
like we go
Right.
out there archery season, we're often coming home with a week left in the season.
Yeah.
And that's hard to do.
Yeah.
And I know you guys have mentioned this already, and maybe this is your answer, but the biggest changes that you've seen, throughout the years. I know it's, the point creep and all that stuff, but how about just maybe, I don't know, you can go anywhere with this, but maybe it's the animals, maybe it's access or whatever. Some of the other changes that you've seen throughout the last 10 plus years that you guys have been heading out of state.
Yeah, I would say, oftentimes, I don't think it's any secret, but the glory days of elk hunting was probably 25 years ago. Maybe it could come back someday, maybe it can't. Access, it's always changing. Seems to be more opportunity opening up here and there all over the place. And then the quantity of the herds fluctuates all the time, right? And the quality of the animals, you're living with that. But the amount of people that you run into, and we hunted Montana for the first time a couple of years ago, and we weren't really prepared for that number of hunters. Man, that was eye opening.
Right.
Or some of the other states we hunted where they have less quotas, you didn't really see as many people, but
Sure.
Definitely the need for the strategizing on getting the tags is definitely harder, right? Colorado got rid of OTC archery tags a couple of years ago. They used to give out 35% of their quota to non-residents. They reduced that to 25% here recently. These states are really starting to cater a little bit more to residents, making it charge harder for the non-residents to do that. So it's just always is increasing for the need to plan and strategize and to get these tags.
Yeah, 100%. I think that's probably in my 6 years of paying attention to this and following it. It just seems like it's getting harder and harder for the non-resident. Each of these states is really restricting what they're doing. It's not just out west; it's Missouri too. Just this year they cut down two tags to one if you're not a landowner. They also introduced it's $100 and some fee to hunt their public land. So I think they get a lot of pressure from residents and not to go down that rabbit hole because I get it. I'm a resident of my own state, but it seems like there's a lot of pressure to limit non-residents, or I'll say it, price gouge them because they can. And so these tags out west continue to jump up every year. So I think it's just super important to have a plan, and if you really want to go, try and go soon rather than waiting.
So one other thing I want to add too, so we specialize in getting tags through the draw systems. So they can sometimes be hunted either public land tags or they can be private land tags, but it's through the draw system. So we're not at the point yet where we're helping people get landowner tags. We're trying to build our network out there yet.
Sure.
But maybe someday we'll do that. Hopefully.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. But
for sure.
Yeah. So those tags, they're through the draw process. So.
Yeah, it's definitely a confusing, process. There's no doubt about it. There's been states that I was going to start applying to, and all of a sudden I look and I miss the deadline or whatever, and then all of a sudden you forget about it, or all of a sudden you're on the email list, and all of a sudden you look at your email too late, and all of a sudden bam, you're past and you missed it. But yeah, so it is a challenge to just get going and take that jump and get going with it. And what you guys are doing, I think, is awesome. What's one piece of advice that you would give somebody to maybe persuade them to go for it and get out there and give you guys a shout and say, let's make this happen? And for me, and I'll start. Sometimes I'm that type of person where I need somebody else to help me get going, right? I'm kind of like a team mentality type person where I'm not an individual all the time, where I'm gonna go do this. And like my cousin, he just went out to I don't know which state it was, all by himself, and he just went on public. And I don't know, maybe he had a little bit of an in, but he just went by himself and got after it. Where me, sometimes I'm like, you want to go with me and go do this? All right, let's go. All right. And I'm more apt to do it that route, you know?
Sure.
So in my mind, like getting you guys involved would help me push or get me to push me over that edge and say, let's go for it. And like I said, I'm a peer pressure guy where all of a sudden somebody says, hey, let's go. I'm like, all right, sounds good. It doesn't
Sounds like a
take
good
much.
time.
Yeah. But what's your advice to people?
Yeah, I think my biggest advice is don't wait as long as I did. And I kind of got into it at 32, 33, so really not that old, but I regretted waiting that long because I could have been buying points at 22. And, you know, age is a thing, right? We all get older every year, and I'm not saying you can't go when you're 60, because you certainly can, but you might not be able to do as much as you can now. So I just think if you're thinking about going out west, first off, is you really should get out there, because it's a really beautiful area. There's something about it. I think Chuck could agree. You know, a wall tent, a campfire, and maybe a whiskey, it's just not much beats it in this life. And I think life's busy, right? Especially for me, running a business, family is, you know, 4 kids, a wife. It's kind of my chance to really get away and put the phone away, put the email away, really disconnect from the busyness of life, and really kind of reconnect with yourself and just see some really beautiful country. So if you haven't done that, I would really just encourage you to get out there. And it's really a reset for me every year. I love it.
I think too, you know, if I could push rewind, and I'm talking to all of you out there, whether females or males, if you have your driver's license and you can make it happen, you need to go now, because another curveball that'll be thrown at you later in life, if the opportunity comes around, is having kids, and that makes it even more difficult to get away from the family, because I've been on hunts before where I'm not actually present in the hunt. My mind is, you know, what's going on back at home. You know, wife, she's probably frustrated because the baby's crying or whatever, you know what I mean? Yeah. So there's your opportunity right now, and I'm talking to all you out there who have your license, who maybe don't have a family yet, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever. Get going now, because if I could push rewind, that's what I would have done. I would have got after it and had it out there, no doubt about it.
Absolutely. I think it speaks for itself. I mean, you know, Kyle's example of his grandpa, they went 20 years in a row, right? There's a reason for that. I mean, it's just incredible out there. Yeah. We're going to be going back every year. So it's just, you need to experience it and do it hopefully while you're young, while you can.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And I know someday I'll be looking back, and when, you know, the mountain hiking days are over, and I'll wish I went more.
Well, that's the thing too, like, you know, and maybe there are some people with this mindset, but I've talked to hunters before where, like, they'll say, you know, it was a brutal hunt, you know, whether they had flat tires and this and that, all these issues that happen, but they're still happy they went on it, you know, on that trip or whatever. It could be a complete disaster as far as the hunt goes and all that stuff, but they remember it for a reason, you know, and they made memories while they were going out there. But yeah, there's not too many times where somebody goes on a hunt and say that wasn't worth it or whatever, you know, if they do things right, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I saw a meme the other day. It basically said, I don't think you're ever going to be on your deathbed going, I think I hunted too much.
Right.
So one more thing, Joe, if I could add to that is, you know, obviously we're going, you should go try it and see the beauty of it. But on top of that, if you finally decide to jump in to this, there's a huge learning curve, and that's where we can really help you. So let us help you. If you're going to jump in, obviously there's the investment. So if you're going to take the time to do it, you're going to take time away from work, you're going to spend the money to finally do it, let us help put you on the best possible hunt that you can go on, and maybe set you up with the best possible success. But, there's one thing I've learned in my years of doing this, and nothing's guaranteed. Had a great tag last year, still didn't fill it. There was some, weather factors probably in that, but you never know. And we still had a blast doing it. So if you finally are going to do it, let somebody with the knowledge and the experience that we've gained over the years cut that learning curve in half and get you on a good hunt faster.
Yeah, because there are people out there that are listening right now that might not have anyone in their group of people that they can talk to about, what did you experience out there, or how do I do this? Yeah. You guys are those people. You've opened up that door now to say, hey, contact us, and we're going to be here to help you. Any other pieces of information that we might have left out that you feel might be valuable to our listeners out there, or something that might be on your mind at all before we kind of close things down? I guess one thing you can think about that, but
sure.
Let's go here first, and then you can come back to it. Where can people go to find information about you guys and to be able to help people out?
Yeah, so we've got a Facebook page. That's a great spot to start. We've got our flyers are on there. Our phone numbers are on there. Get a hold of us. We got emails or our phone numbers. You can contact us. Maybe we can leave them in your chat, your YouTube video here.
There you go. Yep, 100%. Yep.
So people can see that and track us down.
Yeah. And one thing on that note is most people might have heard hey, application season starts in January, but really Montana and Wyoming are open right now. There's a couple states that are really key states in most elk hunting plans, muley plans, any of those, and they're open right now.
Sure.
So if you wait too long, you might miss a whole nother year. You could still get it now. So
that's a great point.
Yeah. So
yep.
I think we have an announcement maybe, Joe, we could make.
There we go.
Now the time's to make it. I'll let Chucky make it. But
there we go.
We're going to offer something up for some listeners here.
This is our deal of the year.
There we go. Sweet.
So it's our first 12 new customers that join us, we will give them the first year of consulting free.
Ooh, there we go.
So
there we go.
We can meet with you, build your hunt planner, put it together, and you'll get the first year absolutely free.
Dang. I hope you all heard that.
Can't beat that.
I hope you all heard that.
That's the best price they make.
Heck yeah. I guess the last, what state has the best bang for your buck? Best bang for your buck? Because Iowa's obviously amazing, but dang, is it expensive? You know what I mean? Like a state that's still manageable, feasible for somebody to go to and have a really good hunt. I mean, Minnesota's pretty cheap, but you might not have a great hunt by any means.
Yeah, you're talking deer or elk, or what are you thinking?
I don't know. What you go deer and you go elk. How about that?
Okay. Well, Joe, you got a lot familiar with this. I think the Dakotas are a great whitetail state.
Yep.
South Dakota and North Dakota. That's a great spot to start. It's nice and close. You can probably be in really good hunting areas and within 3 hours.
Not very strenuous.
Yeah. It's flat land.
I mean, just depending on where you're going. Obviously, but
Iowa's a great state. It's a little tougher to get in. Public land opportunities are a little far and in between. But if you have private land access, it can be phenomenal.
Sure.
So.
Sweet.
Yeah, I think from an elk perspective, Chuck can chime in too, but I would say Colorado is probably, it's known as one of the staples of the elk state. There just probably has the most elk per unit. So most opportunity, maybe quality-wise, not necessarily in most units, but it's probably your best bang for the buck to get elk hunting. Because there's lots of units with low points that you can get out there and do it, and you're probably going to see some elk. Almost every unit, they have elk. It's just a matter of finding them.
Mm-hmm.
So I would
That's
say
awesome.
that. New Mexico for quality and price, hard to draw, though.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
So, for example, Kyle drew that tag last year. I think it's $700-ish. And some states are over 1,000 already.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Montana's pretty pricey.
Yep.
You can draw it more often, but we actually met some landowners down in New Mexico, and we were starting to talk with them. And we own a ranch down the road, and they get 2 landowner tags each year.
Mm-hmm.
In this particular unit, you can use them unit wide, right? So now they're hunting public land. There's a ton of it down there, but we asked them, well, you guys ever sell those tags? Because you can transfer them.
Yep.
No, we usually like hunting them for ourselves. And I asked them, well, what would you get for them if you wanted to? Oh, we'd get about 25. And I was like, 2,500? Oh, 25,000.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the big thing too, where we want people to go out more often, and you can get it more economical through the draw process, right? So you can go buy landowner tags and go on anywhere from a $10,000 to a $30,000 hunt in any state any year, but who can do that every year?
Yeah.
So that's tough.
They've kind of pushed some of those units and states are rich man's place, right?
Yeah.
So that's why we're really pushing, just average guys like us, average gals, just price point, getting it through the draw, doing it the right way, but being strategic, right?
Yep.
So, that's what we're doing.
Sweet. No, I like what you guys are doing. And remember, when you guys first started posting some stuff on Facebook, I'm like, sweet, this is awesome. I got to kind of follow these guys a little bit. And then also, I'm like, we got to have you guys on the podcast and do a little talk here, because I love talking hunting, and this is a topic that really intrigues me, and getting out of state. And I know I said in one of my podcasts talking about, planning our year and our goals for this year, and my goal is to try another state this year, try something else out. Whether that's going to happen or not, I don't know. We'll see. It's one of those things where, to be honest with you, here in Minnesota, I'm willing to sacrifice. I'm not much of a rifle hunter anyways, but I'm willing to sacrifice that first weekend or whenever our rifle season's going to be, and just getting out of state and just getting out of here and go and hunt some different state. But yeah, no, that's really cool. I appreciate you guys coming over. If you guys don't have anything else to add, we're going to shut her down.
Works for me.
Yeah.
Thanks
cool.
for having us.
Yeah,
Joe.
thanks
Really
for having us.
appreciate it.
Joe, we brought something for you. So
Oh boy, here we go.
If I don't wreck
we got
this.
you a WP hat here for having us.
Nice.
So I'm gonna show everyone
Sweet.
at home.
There it is. I like it.
And if you sign up, we'll get you one too.
Nice.
There you go.
Awesome. I'm gonna have to wear this in the stand this year.
For sure.
Definitely. All right, you guys. Thanks for coming over, and thanks to everybody listening.
Appreciate it.
And we'll catch you next time. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. I had a great time sitting down with these guys and discussing a lot of good topics, because I am in this situation right now. Kaylee's still with me here.
Hi.
I'm in the situation right now where I would love to go on more out-of-state hunts.
Oh, that's why you kept me on.
And actually bring you up in the podcast if you're not, I don't know, if you're wondering. We had a little conversation. She asked me a question about something. She goes, what about this or that? And I said, well, you're going to have to listen to the podcast and find out for yourself. I'm not going to give it away. So, you have to listen to it and see what's all on there. But I did bring you up on it. I did bring you up on the podcast again. So, you guys take advantage of that offer that they threw out there for you. It's not easy for somebody who runs a business and offer free service. So you need to definitely take advantage of that situation, especially those of you like myself who are sitting there saying, man, I really want to get out and go elk hunting and get out of state and do more out of state hunts. But there is that one obstacle, and that is, where do I start? Where do I begin? And these are the guys that go to it and find out that information. So once again, great guys to work with. Give these guys a shout. I'll put all the information you need in the link and or the description, I should say, and you guys can find out more, or the information you need to get a hold of these guys and plan that dream hunt that you've been dreaming of. So with that, we're going to shut things down. Unless, Kaylee, you want to add anything else or call me out on anything? Here's your opportunity. Publicly call me out. Here's your time.
Nope.
All right, that's what I thought. All right, just want to go down the line here and thank our sponsors, our partners. Once again, Arctic Shield, Domain Outdoor, J&R Outdoors, Skullcraft, The Fish Guide, S1K Custom Calls, and also Fourth Arrow Camera Arms. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I hope you enjoyed the podcast. Take care.
Bye.